On this episode of the Squad Plug, episode 24, we talk about Powerlifting America versus USAPL as far as the Pro Series versus the Signature Series. Two totally different things, by the way. No similarities at all. Then we talk about what took place recently at a meet out in Las Vegas with a bench presser who did not look like he could bench what he could and didn't. And we also talked about coach poaching, or like, should I say, poach coaches, and some of the things that they've been doing of late. Hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Thank you for joining us.
Hey everybody, this is the Squad Plug, episode 24. Today we have the usual suspects, Yuli and Mark. Yeah, and we're going to talk about, let's start with their Signature Series, first of all.
The Signature Series.
Turn on your
Totally
phone,
not
bro.
the Pro Series.
Turn on your phone. We cannot see it on the screen.
Okay, loading it up over here. We're projecting this onto my TV screen over here. It's a massive 104-inch screen. At least 8K.
I've never seen a screen this big.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's what she said.
But yeah, so here we go. So let's talk about the Signature Series, which is trying to build it as like their own like unique individual special series. And bro, it's like fucking pro the USAPL Pro Series, but broke.
But
with no restrictions.
Yeah, but worse in every conceivable way, and not a Pro Series at all.
The USAPL Pro Series that everybody can join.
And no testing.
No testing as well. I forgot about that.
Man. Bro, this is wild.
I love the incentive too for the UFC fight. They're like,
No, it's not even the fight. It's you get a pass for the expo,
you just get a pass for the expo, right?
which costs $25.
So this is pretty funny because this post was made.
Thanks, Powerlifting America.
This post was made 4 days ago, and 5 days ago I was talking about how more federations need to like borrow inspiration from the UFC. And this post over here, it almost literally looks like a UFC.
I think
fight.
Powerlifting America took that a little too literally.
Yeah, I know, a little inspiration as opposed to becoming the UFC. So in it over here it says, all right, each registrant will receive a ticket for themselves and a +1 to the UFC Expo, UFC X Expo, courtesy of UFC and the LVCVA. Mateo, how much does a ticket to the UFC Expo cost?
From what I heard, $25.
$25. Nice. So for showing up to this meet and traveling out there, whatnot, here's a $25 incentive, basically. Is this even like a cash meet?
No, it's not.
So it's not even a cash meet. So okay, all right. So
because when they first talked about the Signature Series, they said you either get a cash prize, or it's gonna be like meets at different expos. So it's either or. So if it's not at an expo like center or like an expo, like the different expo, it's like just they give you money for it.
So you get. So I don't get this. So you travel to the far destination to compete at this meet, whatever the case happens to be, because you brought a Signature Series,
And they may or may not be giving out money.
No, so you're not being paid money if it's like an expo.
Yeah, usually I would assume if it's at an expo, they're not gonna give you money because I guess the expenses are higher.
Yeah, I heard that from a couple of people as well. So confirms it. So no money for this, but you get to see cool shit happening around you.
I mean, it seems that Powerlifting America is attaching themselves to this UFC Expo thing in hopes that they're going to get a big turnout for this meet. But I don't know. Like, we'll put it in Vegas. We'll put it in the UFC Expo Center, and it'll be great. But, I get it, but the meet itself is very lackluster. Like
So this goes back to limitations that I think we've spoken about on numerous occasions for Powerlifting America. And it comes down to the fact that, they're trying to do new things and that kind of stuff, but, they lack the funding. If you can only have it at this location over here and not be able to pay people for this and whatnot, it shows you that your budget's not where it needs to be right now. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this. Maybe you're not at that point just yet.
I mean,
I don't think it's
to be fair, like USA Powerlifting has also done meets in expo centers.
But they've paid people off. You do the Arnold at the in Columbus at the convention center.
Yeah.
At the Arnold, and you get paid.
Yeah. Also.
Yeah, I agree. But we also did bench nats and youth nationals in
Arizona.
Was it Fit Games or
Okay.
I cannot remember the actual.
Yeah.
But it's a national
event?
meet, so that's a different thing. It's nationals. You said it's bench and youth.
It was
nationals.
bench and youth nationals.
Well,
yeah.
USAPL
It's not like a
Nationals, you're not
random,
getting paid
like-
either. You take first place, you're not getting a cash prize from that. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
So that's different.
Even-
I guess that point is moved.
Even though USAPL started paying people for national meets as well now.
Yes. So,
So-
that's taking place now. But so what I'm looking at over here, though, what I'm talking about is because I remember like Fortino and these guys were talking about how they're running better meets and like brighter ideas. Where are the better
I haven't
meets?
seen that.
Where are the brighter ideas? Like I'm all for it, but where is the shit? So why is that narrative being put out there if it's patently false? Is my question. Like are there?
You know why?
Yeah, there's some circle jerking shit happening over here for damn sure. It's a whole lot of boo-hoo. I'm upset at the USAPL. So now
And
I'm
they
gonna be
obviously
questioning
want
these
to
guys
bring
on that
more
one.
attention to Powerlifting America and boast it up and try to make it seem like it's better than it actually is at this current moment in time.
Okay, my question is this, right? Let's say people go there, the meet absolutely sucks, which there's a chance it will.
But the UFC.
But the UFC Expo, not even the UFC fight, the UFC Expo. Let's say the meet sucks, which probably there's a chance it will. Let's say like the venue, like they just put him in a corner, like of the expo center, like they don't give a shit about them. Do you think people will speak out about it, or they'll say like, "Oh, it's just like they're just starting now, so be
So
gentle
they've
with
actually started to speak out about it, but it's nice contrast. So I'm watching on the screen over here. We have Powerlifting America. They have a post here with Fortino's picture, and the quote is, "It looks like the IPF and Powerlifting America are developing something more of a professional league. It's going to be the most intense competition I've ever been a part of." Okay, so where's this competition?
I mean, for him, men's like the 83s.
Yeah, no, but like, where's this competition right now? What's the next competition he's gonna be doing? Like, besides the nationals, he just did like what?
SPD rally,
Where's SPD rally. Okay, so where's the other intense competition? You have two competitions a year.
Which
This is the
even-
intense
which
competition.
even-
I don't stay kind of up to date with
Yeah.
what Powerlifting America is doing,
Mateo,
so I don't know.
which even SPD rally is literally like at best like one of the pro meets that USAPL used to run, like the random asset pro meets. That's
agree.
all it is.
So intense competition will take place if you make it to the Sheffield, pretty much. If you make it to Worlds and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's not there. You're hoping it's going to be there. You're hoping you'll be able to reach that level. All this is basically, and this is what I'm trying to get at here, is Powerlifting America basically shot itself in the foot by deciding to do, first off, the whole breakaway and whatnot. Keller and these guys, that decision is just wild, but they're basically just the gateway to the IPF. There is no other appeal to being a part of Powerlifting America. Maybe if you have some meets which are purely Powerlifting America located next to you, on a local scale, maybe there's an incentive there. Maybe if that happened to be some kind of cash meets which you could possibly win with, maybe there's an incentive there. But this isn't the cash meet.
No.
Like the Powerlifting America meets are few and far between.
Yep.
And if you don't make it to, if you don't take first in nationals, you're not doing worlds. You're not, and presumably you're not doing nationals either. I'm sorry, the Sheffield either.
Correct.
So I don't know, just like these false premises and like people, I guess, saying that this is the reason why they're starting things, and you see it's absolutely not the case. Now, don't get me wrong, every federation has its issues. I feel right. I'm not gonna say USAPL is like 100% innocent and that kind of stuff. They have skeletons in their claws, just like everybody else in the mother does. Right? Nobody's fucking perfect. But if we're gonna talk about this being the reason why something's being done over here, let's be genuine about it. Let's just say maybe I don't feel like doing this right now. I'd like to mess around with a different federation as opposed to saying this federation clearly is doing better when indeed it's not.
Yeah.
The funding isn't there. The fucking the cash meets aren't there.
I mean, I don't know if we've already talked on this podcast about nationals, but remember it was like remember the flight? It was like super small. And then,
Oh yeah, I know. We did talk about that.
Yeah.
Did we? Yeah, and it was
The guest lifter?
the guest lifter.
The guest lifter.
Yeah, but it was just like
93 kg slash what is it? 105 kg guest lifter.
Yeah, and it was just like they are not where they need to be. To at least where they are is not reflective of what like people like Fortino are saying.
I agree.
Yeah,
Because when you hear that you're going to be you're dealing with the most intense competition you've ever been a part of. It's like you're imagining these people clashing on a regular basis. I mean, you're imagining fucking like it's like people vying for the best. It's like one meet of the year. If you don't make it, you just go into fucking training for the rest
I
of the
mean,
year.
if you're like on a world
Okay,
stage,
but no, look at it this way, right?
If you are, but you're not.
but you're not. No, you're going to be at some
in one
like
way-
random Powerlifting America meet where like you're going to be the strongest person at the meet,
No, but-
and the next 83 is going to be, ranked 15,000th on fucking
But again,
on open powerlifting.
in some way, he's not like completely wrong. But like just when because the caption of this post says, "Classic Open National is shaping up to be one of the most competitive meets of 2024." So nationals itself, like the primetime session at least, was pretty competitive.
Depends on which session you're talking about.
At least 83s.
Do you remember Perkins? It was like a 400-pound difference between him and second place.
Look, man.
Bro.
But at least 83s were the 83s and 93s.
True,
The 105s are pretty competitive.
Yeah, the
120s were not competitive at all.
Who's his competition in the 83s in powerlifting America?
Russ. Sean Noriega's going to go there.
Now. Who's going to get? He's going to be trounced again.
Joe Gruden was supposed to be doing it. He didn't do it.
He's like out of contention as well. Like realistically speaking, it's going to be a battle between Russ and it's going to be a battle between Joe Bornstein.
Yeah.
Delaney's out of the equation. We're looking at third place holder. Fortino's maybe like fourth place and whatnot going forward. Sean Noriega's going to be like fifth or sixth, depending whether Gruden's there or not. You know, this is what you're looking at. Like some of the stuff over here, just it's so I don't know. It's weird to me. Like differences aside with Sean Noriega and that kind of stuff. If you're showing up. If you decide to switch over to powerlifting America because you have issues with bench press problems and that kind of stuff, as someone with his bench press, I don't know what in the world
he's going to run into. Now he's going to deal with elbow depth.
But the funny thing now, but he's switching his training now. But he could have been doing that for USAPL, but he decided to switch his bench up for powerlifting America.
Yep,
he could have been doing that.
So him saying he switched because of the bench reasons is
it's the mental gymnastics here.
Yeah,
bro. He's saying he switched because of the bench press rules, but now he's switching his bench to fit within the powerlifting America rules.
I know.
So why couldn't he do that for USAPL?
What's he doing?
Sinking his bench, like a little closer grip, like less of an arch.
Yeah.
So he's barely hitting depth, basically.
So it looks like he's still going to miss depth, by the way, because that's how he is.
Perchance.
You know, his ego being the way it is, he's not going to be someone to take a 40-pound L on bench press.
To
hit the standard. You know, it is what it is. I hate
tracks with him historically, though. Well, he stays taking L's. Like, let's be honest.
He really does. But he's the underdog, quote unquote.
Yeah. No. Speaking of bench, you saw what happened last weekend, right? The bench press, the 210 kilo bench.
Yours?
Oh
no, not mine. The guy that.
Oh my goodness!
So that this
at
post,
the WRPF
yes, in Las Vegas.
Oh my god!
So that venue, I think 2 years running, to be honest, back to back, has had some crazy ass debacles. Last year we had Squatgate. Remember the guy who went and squatted, and as he came down, coming out of the hole, his hamstring ruptured.
Yep.
And then Joe Sullivan and these guys started shit talking the guy.
I remember.
Bro, like, I'm like,
oh my god,
bro, you can literally see the bulge from his fucking hamstring, like knotting up in the back of his leg. He dumps the weight, whatever the case happens to be. Somebody gets hurt, unfortunately, you know.
Yeah, the kid lost the finger.
Which sucks. But like Joe Sullivan is coming at him like you shouldn't have dumped the bar. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Fast forward to a couple months ago.
Wait, did the spider lose his finger?
Yeah, he did.
Are you sure it's that, or is that?
No, it happened as well. There's like multiple cases.
Oh, okay.
So because there's two of them happened almost at the same time. Yeah. But now we're looking at a couple months ago. Joe has a lifter at one of these meets, drops the bar as well, and Joe Sullivan rushes to his fucking defense. Oh yeah, but he was hurting. I'm like, oh, so where's that energy before, bro? The inconsistencies, like holy fucking shit, power grifter. You know,
we all know. Yeah,
like his most recent post.
We all know
he
Joe
outed himself
has
as a power grifter
zero
too.
integrity,
bro. None at all. It's like fucking embarrassing, dude. Like people see this shit.
He's a spineless coward. Anyways,
let's go back to the bench. Let's go to the bench gate.
So
let's go to bench gate. That's even more interesting than Fortino at the moment.
Yeah. Do you guys know the story? Should I?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, for the listeners,
let's give him stage.
So okay.
Make sure we're all on the same page here.
This lifter, he was a 60 kilo. Masters lifter, bench only lifter.
SpongeBob looking at. I'm kidding.
Basically, yeah. You know what I mean with SpongeBob like flexing.
I don't want to be mean to him, you know. But yeah.
I understand, but
he didn't look like he could bench 210.
So basically,
I did make that meme.
Yeah. That was you that made it. Yeah.
He looked like he could bench 190 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, whatever, he weighs in. He puts on his opening attempts, and poor guy had no idea that he had to put his attempt in kilos. So he put it in. He thought he was putting it in pounds. So he wrote down 210. Think it's pounds.
Which is 463 pounds.
Yes, and it was kilos. So and again,
that's my meat best, by the way.
And again, the guy was like bench only, so he didn't squat before that, so they couldn't really tell, I guess, how strong he is. So he comes out for his opener, tries to lift it off himself, couldn't get it up, so gets up. Looks back to the spotter. He goes like, "Oh, this guy like literally like he couldn't lift it off, so he asked for a lift off because he couldn't lift it off."
Dude, when he brings when he gets the bar off the hooks, you see his elbows just
but he should have realized that that's not the right weight because
Yeah,
you gotta lift it off.
when you went and tried to lift it off, like you weren't like.
Instead of saying no,
It feels like 200 more pounds than I think it is.
instead of saying that, he was like, "Nah, it's probably because like the bench is kind of weird. Let me ask for a lift off instead." So he gets a lift off, hands shaking and everything. The moment that the fucking spotter lets it go over the bar
just drops straight to
bam,
the
straight on his
Bro,
fucking chest.
you could practically hear the whoosh. That's how quick they came down. It was so bad.
Oh my!
Oh my
But
god!
like, as funny as that is, I mean, it's really not even funny. Like,
Bro,
it's
he
actually
could have died.
He could have gotten seriously
Yeah.
hurt.
And if he hadn't set up the safeties at the right height, he would have been gone.
Yeah, if
Bro.
the safeties weren't set and he wasn't built like Bestar, he would have been absolutely screwed. But like, what kind of amateur fucking backyard meet are they running at Fight or Quit? Seriously, like with the
I know.
previous injury and the kid lost the finger,
I know.
and now like they're just
Well, but let's be realistic. The kid who dumped the bar and whatnot, there wasn't really a chance for them to to catch it like that.
no.
When
I
you're
guess
dumping it
that's more of a freak.
I
I
hear
shouldn't
you,
even. You know what? I shouldn't even compare the two incidents. You're right. One was more of a freak accident. This one
I
though
know. It's
was 100%
Oh, of course.
avoidable.
The attempt table, I think, whoever the officials were there who accepted the attempt. I mean, bro, somebody sent
Well,
me
it has to be a ref because you give
Yeah.
they give the attempts at weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Only refs can do weigh-ins.
But now,
So you didn't give it to some, just some random person sitting at the
it's
table.
an actual WRPF official. So somebody sent me the screen recording before it went viral. Like I want to see as soon as it happened, it came in my DMs. I didn't want to pause. I didn't want to like put it out there and whatnot and like in like blow it up.
Yep.
You know, I knew it was gonna blow up. I was like, it's gonna be corny for me to talk about. Sure enough, everybody and the mother was posting it to the Instagrams. Like, oh, bro, like come on, like fucking, I get it, but I actually felt sorry for the guy. I didn't want to line base him. But they sent it to me, and before he's like, yo, check this out. I look at it. I'm like, as soon as I saw what was going on in the bar, I saw him walking up to. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna stop him. They're gonna stop him.
Yeah, right.
And sure enough, they didn't. And I just watched the plumber. I was like, bro, yeah, like every single like fucking sign there to fucking stop it and shit.
Because what's like the most
Bro,
wild thing to me is
so
like
easy to see that. Like, are you sure you
Well,
want this
here's
weight?
people.
Just so you know, this is 463 pounds.
People do that at our meets all the time. You think beginners don't come up and they're like, "Oh, I'm opening at 405 squat. Oh, you're opening at 800.
You know what? You know what the thing is, though?
You're opening at 892 pound squat, buddy.
Bro.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
you
I
sure
know.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not that hard to look at the person.
But the thing is that 800-pound squat sounds a lot crazier than a 463-pound bench. On the other hand,
but also, like,
but they should have
just
caught it. They
do
should
the
have caught
math.
it.
But also, it's not
2 plus 2,
even
you know?
necessarily about like it's not even how the dude's built. I know we're joking about that, but it's not even about how he's built. It's just
it's absolutely.
that's a 3.5 times body weight bench.
No.
Bro, but
No,
still,
not
even
even
but
that.
it's still about how he's built. You look at the guy, you're like, oh man,
It is, but like a
No.
3.5 times. No, who else in the world has
That
a
was
3.5
also-
times body weight bench?
That was also a 30-kilo all-time world record, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
Just
That's what I'm saying.
just saying.
There were a couple of red flags here.
That's my point, guy. Like John Hack doesn't even have a 3.5 times body weight bench for fuck's sake.
He needs to step his
And
game
this
up.
kid, you just happen to be the strongest man in the world. You just happen to be
Where
the
were
strongest.
you this
like,
whole time?
whoa, we happen to the strongest bench presser in the entire world just walked into our meet. Oh wow, I guess we're really lucky. Like,
Yeah, I think John Hack does bench 3 times more than his body weight, if I remember so correctly. And I think
I mean,
3 times
three
body weight
times.
bench press, it has been done, I believe. 150 pounds, somebody
not
benching
3.5.
450.
Not 3.5.
3.5, you know, you're right.
3.5 that's a big bench,
Oh,
dude.
that's wild, man. Yo, but legit. But yo, you just look at the guy and you know instantly
I know.
the math isn't mathing right now.
No,
So
it's-
whoever was doing just like just wrote it down, said whatever, and
Yeah, like
Oh,
that's the craziest part. Is like
It
they
is.
just wrote, all right, cool, yep, and then like,
he could have died. It's no
yeah,
joke.
it's just wild.
Oh my god. You know, there's a gym out here, Mount Vernon Barber, right? They had a dude who fucking
Oh, you want to talk about that?
yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So I had a dude who load up 435. He decided
455. Sorry.
455.
I've seen the video.
loads it up.
I've seen the camera footage.
Oh man.
Yep.
Lord, I saw the post-mortem. So either way, he unracks it, suicide grip. There's no safeties, none of that kind of stuff. And it slips out of his arms. It comes down, whoom, lands on his chest, bounces off onto his neck, and fucking internally decapitates the guy.
Also, the guy
That
was
was
wearing a slingshot. Just another
And he's
thing.
wearing a
He's
slingshot.
wearing a slingshot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is somebody who can bench press over 300 pounds. He's like 365, 375 pound range, you know? But he just came in apparently buzzed or some shit like that and fucking decided to go. go do it. From what I understand, people offered to spot him. He said no. From what I was told.
Really?
So, yes, that's what I heard.
Because the thing is that I've seen the camera footage,
Yeah.
security camera footage.
Mhm.
There was not a single soul in that area, because and
So
people,
it's entirely possible that
because it was also like 8 a.m, so nobody was there.
So it's entirely possible that
He
whoever
did it
told
on.
the
It's
information
entirely
was trying to
possible he
protect
did it on
Could
purpose.
could be. But the thing is that
It's a
again, I've seen the camera footage. So what happened is like the guy by himself, like nobody else in that corner.
Mm-hmm.
He does whatever he does. He's basically like dead for a good 10 minutes. I want to say maybe 2 people walked past him, but they couldn't see it because like the bench that he was
So people walk past him like that?
Yeah, but you know why? Because the bench that he was benching at was like kind of like hidden by a
I know the
column.
one you're talking about. That's the
Yep.
yeah,
So the bench was kind of
curse
hidden
bench.
from the walkway, so you couldn't really see what was going on. But yeah, a couple people walked past, and it was like so fucked up. And they realized like I think like 20 minutes later when somebody actually went to use the bench there.
Bro, that is fucking
Man,
wild.
imagine finding a dead guy at the bench.
Yep.
So EMTs stopped by and they rolled up to the gym, and I saw the postmortem. Actually, like somebody sent it to me. You look at it, they tried to intubate him. So it means put a tube down his throat so they could actually put air into his lungs.
There's nothing going
And they
through
couldn't
that.
do so because his actual his I was gonna call it his airway was actually ruptured. It was torn in
Yep.
half.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, 500
straight
pounds on your neck,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that took place.
455.
The guy died.
same shit.
And so his body's removed, and people go right back to lifting. The person who wanted to bench there ends up benching there, and they don't stop lifting there until PD comes in and cordons off the location. The gym
Did
didn't
they
clo-
actually do that?
Yes, they did. The gym didn't close down. Nothing. They just saw the
He like
report.
moved the body
The gym,
himself.
the gym
He's like,
didn't.
I got a bench.
Yeah. And then like a day or two later,
I have a single at 9
Listen,
today.
a day or two later, Larry Wheels, like fucking college clean eating, all these fucking clout lifters from Instagram show up to the
Ugh.
gym. They do photo shoots and all that kind of stuff. Like nothing had ever happened. July 22, I think, of 2022.
You know what's the funny thing? So the bench
People
next
don't
to
feel
the
the
bench that the
extra
guy
rush.
died on. So Larry Willis was like filming a video,
Oh yeah.
and his coach Gaglione, like
Yeah.
he was benching on the bench next to the bench that the guy died.
Equipped.
Yeah, equipped, and also they never removed that bench. By the way, the bench is
Still
still there. The bench that the guy died on, yeah, it's still there. But so his
I
coach
mean,
was
why get rid of the bench?
yeah, you know, it's no,
Perfectly good bench.
It's not that somebody died on it.
Juju, you know.
I mean,
It's not that it's a crime scene. It's a fucking
Yeah.
not a crime. Like yeah, but
No,
anyways,
but literally somebody died in the fucking bench. It's kind of macabre, bro.
yeah.
I mean, if someone died in this apartment, you're gonna
Sell it, bro.
torch it?
No, you're probably gonna sell it though. You're not gonna keep it.
Would you?
At least,
Oh, no.
You get rid. I don't know. Whatever. It's just it's weird that they held on to it, and the fact that they didn't close the gym because one of the members died during the day. They kept running. Like to teach your
No,
own.
but
It's up to
That's
you.
kind of that
it's
part's
not that
kind of
it's not
wild.
that they didn't close the gym.
They
They
didn't.
rubbed they just like put it under the rug. Like nobody talked about it. Nobody knows. To this
They didn't
day,
make a
there's
post
members
about
there that
it.
have no idea that
I've
happened.
never heard about that happening.
Yeah, because they didn't talk
They
about
didn't
it.
make a post about it. I think it brushed right
Well, I
under
mean-
the fucking rug.
And also the thing is
never
that,
happened.
and also the thing is like that. Apparently, the guy's family didn't really care about him because he was a bad person. Apparently, so nobody pressed charge or anything. So it
Just
happened.
kind of went away.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, so
It is
so
weird.
so Larry
bizarre,
Wills'
bro.
coach was benching next to that bench a couple of days later, and he also almost did the same exact thing. The bar literally went down his neck. Good thing he had like people like he had like Larry Wills spotting him and shit, and he lifted it up, but he almost died too.
Yeah, good thing you had Larry Wheels spotting him.
Yeah, the
Literally.
most unlucky
Because
guy
every
ever.
time that guy's
The most
around,
unlucky
someone
guy
tears
ever.
back.
Yo, bro, but you see the bar? It's like it rolls out of his wrist. It's coming down to kill this guy, and Larry Wheels reaches down with like fucking cat-like reflexes and just grabs onto the bar and like just like hey.
The only
Like, lifts it
the
up
only
onto
person
the
that
rack.
Larry Wills ever
know.
saved because everybody else who gets injured.
The only
they-
people,
know, right?
The only person probably could have saved that guy in that moment. I'm not even kidding. I was like, oh my god, bro, this close to fucking offing himself. The fucking safeties weren't in
Yep.
position.
Yep.
Nothing. He would have been dead. You know. But this is the kind of shit though. So
People forget how dangerous lifting weights can be. Like in terms of like accidents that could happen. You know, like lifting itself is like very safe.
Yes,
but
it is.
like in terms of like musculoskeletal injuries.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess dropping a bar on your neck would be a musculoskeletal injury. But like that'd be like a blunt force trauma impact type of thing. But like like dropping weights on yourself, even just like dropping shit on your toes, like.
yeah, I know.
Be mindful in gym, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's like be safe and whatnot. Like I mean, like be confident and whatnot. Don't
Be
don't
an animal,
afraid.
but like don't drop plates on your toes.
Exactly.
You
Just
know.
be cognizant of the fact that you're dealing with a fucking like many pounds of fucking steel. You know, which don't give a shit how you feel in any particular
Yeah,
moment.
like
you know?
yeah, just
So because we've all been there. I misloaded. I remember one time like fucking 6:30. I thought it was like
On
fucking,
bench?
Yuli's probably honestly the worst offender of this.
I don't know, but the worst, but I'm up there. You know, but
It's like, I don't need to warm up. Put 600 pounds.
I had a white on one side and I had a fucking green on the other side. I come down, I'm getting out of the hole, and I felt the shift. I was like, oh shit! I put my head down, throw the fucking weight over, scratch the whole backside of my head. You know, so I failed.
Is that how you became bald?
That's how I went bald.
Is that how you lost your hair? That's
I had
crazy.
hair up until that moment.
Jesus.
Squat fail is what did it to me. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I did that recently. Remember?
SPD
Like not that long ago.
bones.
I put a collar on one side and a clip on the other side of my top single. You remember that?
Teo
Yeah,
still
I do
has
remember
hair.
On a
though.
650 squat,
I
which is
remember.
actually 644 because I didn't put the clip on one side.
Idiot.
Yep.
Oh,
And
man.
I didn't realize that was an issue until the
You
squad
failed
moved.
a rep?
The squad moved horribly, and I didn't know what it was until I
You
racked
got
it.
it? You just
I got
Just
it, and then I
felt-
looked at it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Well,
That makes
650 is
sense.
something he can have any given day. He could roll up to the bar, just load it up, and fucking squat it.
No, I can't.
No, he can't.
No, I can't because I'm a bitch.
I probably could. Wow.
You know, or like the story about James, right? James Cole benching
What about him?
the 3 reds on one side and the green on the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
wait, what?
Yeah, I did
James
know. I remember that. I remember that.
James Cole, Yuli's coach.
I know who he is.
He
He,
has-
did what exactly?
So
Like 3
there's
reds on one side and just a green on the
no,
other?
3 reds and a green on the other side.
Oh, and then 3
and
reds?
he still fucking pressed it.
Yes, he did.
This motherfucker didn't even know that was something was
20
going
pounds
on.
is a lot, but
On bench on one side.
yeah,
Not for
that's
James,
a lot.
apparently.
Yeah.
There were this was a few weeks ago at our gym, and there was these 2 younger guys that were trying to see how many plates they could squat on one side of the bar.
Oh, I
It
saw
was the
it.
most ridiculous thing.
I would do it too. I'm not
They
gonna
couldn't
lie.
get. They did
One plate.
185. They couldn't get 220 or wouldn't.
Yeah, 2
no,
plates.
technically 2 plates on one side.
Yeah, 135.
135. But they couldn't get it out of the rack. And I remember one of the kids, Luke, who was an intern at the time, he came in the next day. He was like, dude, my obliques are so sore. Because he was like trying so hard. He must have tried like 10 times.
Yeah.
The bar out of the rack, put his belt on.
Well,
Couldn't get it out of the rack.
Well, maybe we should have put the plates on the other side as well, just so you can just like balance it out. That would have been better. you know?
Maybe
That's
that's
should
usually
just,
how
like-
it's done.
Yeah, I know, right? You did it on one side, you might as well just did it on the other side. When you do like a fucking Bulgaria split squats, you do both legs, right?
True.
You should have done
Put
both
the
sides.
plates on the other side. Yeah, you don't want to develop muscle imbalances.
Exactly.
Oh man, muscle.
Yeah. We've all done some stupid shit before.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Never loaded like about 200 pounds more.
You
in
only
a
did
first attempt.
P90X. What do you mean?
I did P90X, yeah, for a while.
P90X.
Oh yeah, for a while.
I saw that story you posted.
I
that
love
day
the.
about-
I love when he posts the pictures.
Oh
So
yeah,
small.
he has to. He has
He
to.
almost looks like Bestar.
So I choose to be fat. That's basically what that photo says. You know, it's like this is a selection. This is a decision on my part over here. This requires effort.
Yeah.
I could be skinny. No, but
Also, another thing about that guy that was benching, right? So that's how you can tell like he has never done a meet before in his life.
Mhm.
His second attempt, they lowered it to 95 kilos, right? Whatever.
yeah.
They let him attempt it, and he failed it again. You know what? You know why he failed it? He didn't pause the bench at all. He just
Really?
touch and go, and racked
He got
it.
the third though.
He got the third because probably
That
somebody
is
told him
97 and a half.
miracle.
He still went up.
because somebody told him that you gotta pause your bench, bro. Like you cannot just touch and go. So this guy had like basically no experience out of like powerlifting.
He failed 210.
Then he failed to
Then
10.
when they let him put in 95 kilos, failed it, went up 97 and a half.
No, but again, like he
Got it.
He got the second,
Good
but
lift.
just like he didn't pause. He just like touched his chest and just
All
went back up.
all right. Fail
So that's another
is,
thing. Like he had no experience.
misnomer.
He had like no idea about how
no
powerlifting
lift
works.
due to technicality.
Like he didn't know how powerlifting works. He just like I guess like somebody told him like you're good at benching, so might as well just do a meet. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
He had no idea.
That's so crazy. The
Yep.
fact that they even like loaded up
Bro,
463
it's
for him
bewildering.
was just
Bewildering.
yeah, it makes no sense.
But something on to the next topic over here. Like I sent my DMs with somebody's comment section.
Oh,
Yes, so I got sent Joe Bornstein's comment section. And
You really tried to show me this, and
Bro.
I feel old because I was like looking through and I'm like, am I supposed to? Is there something I'm supposed to be seeing here? I'm a little confused.
so
you don't understand how poachers work. That's why.
looking at the
I
comments.
don't know
over
who coaches who. I don't know that dude.
Like honestly, I didn't pay attention to whatever the case happens to be. I really don't give a shit. But you know, so somebody sent it my way, and I'm looking at the comments over here, and I just see all these fucking coaches in here, like these big
All these
name
fucking
coaches,
poaches. These
just like fucking
poachers.
glazing the shit out of his.
Oh,
legs.
is that what that is?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
I didn't know if that was just other lifters, his buddies,
So it's other coaches. It's like big
It's
name
just-
coaches.
just coaches like.
Like you see, legitimately, you see, like, like 9 weeks ago, you have the good shit Joey Bones, and then, like, his actual coach goes in the comments, he goes, "Don't be poaching my athletes," and the response is, "Ha ha ha! I like what y'all doing. Shout to Coach Eck. Good work, boys." Oh Lord, and it goes on. So he continues with it. Like, even weeks later, days later, he's still in the comment section, still, like, coming after him. Next Sunday the boys go crazy. You're tagging his, like, teammates. I'm like, bro, like this is, like, it's blatant, like. And so the issues that this coach over here we're talking about, the coach who's actually coaching Joe, is somebody who doesn't have much of a name in powerlifting. He's like,
And also, he's
like a
pretty
younger
young,
dude.
so I'm assuming all these other coaches
Yeah.
feel like they can poach Joe Bornstein without having to care about who his coach is.
And one of the names that shows up here is Joe Stanek.
Oh, nice.
This was stellar, Joe. As I said, you peaked perfectly, and your performance deserves recognition. Excellent work.
Yeah, because Joe Stanek knows how to peak lifters, so he knew that Joe Bornstein peaked perfectly.
But when you see that, though, let's just imagine somebody who's like, who's never, like, followed Joe Bornstein before, sees his comment on a person's page. What impression would that give you? That he's his coach, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe not his coach, but
So the question here basically is this: where's the professionalism here? Like, there's a fine line between supporting somebody legitimately and then trying to basically to woo people over to your side. Somebody with the following of like Joe Stanek, somebody the following of Joe Flex over here and whatnot should know better than that. It's like a naked attempt at fucking trying to woo somebody's lifters over. Which, I mean, it's all
also Nico Flores saying I aggressively edged to this video is kind of fucking weird.
It is. I'm seeing this right here,
Just saying.
bro. But this is also reference to when I posted under Kambarak Mujaj. Because I said he's getting
Kambarak what?
Kambarak Mujaj.
Kambarak what?
Muyai.
Mujaj.
Mujaj.
That's
You
what
can't even say it
we're
right.
going with.
Can't even say
Kambarak.
Unbelievable.
We're going with Kambarak Mujaj. It sounds better.
Can't even say your own last name,
Sounds
bro. That's
cooler.
crazy.
By the way, so he's in there like making his typical edgy fucking jokes, fucking cornball.
Yeah.
But this kind of stuff though. So like issues like like this kid basically he's starting off. He's a stellar fucking lifter, Joe Bornstein.
Mhm.
But now you have these coaches.
Who's the
like,
coach?
This guy Eck lifts.
Yeah, he's like a 20-year-old guy, like from Florida, I think. Like, so I think him and Joe used to be like they're friends, so that's how they started. Yeah, that's how they started.
So like clearly they have a good thing going over here. But now you see these coaches making these comments in the comment section over here. I'm like, do you not have your own lifters to look after? I'm like, Joe Stanek. I mean, do you not have people to fucking pay back? You know what I mean? Do you not
Nico
have
Flores,
people
do you
fucking-
not have people to pay back as well?
Exactly, Nico Flores. Do you not have Jeff to pay back?
I think that's kind of like a weird way to operate too.
Yeah.
Like as a coach, like for you to just drop into strong lifters
I know.
comment sections and just like
I know, but to that extent, that
I don't
glazing.
know, tickle their ball sack is kind of like
I know,
it's a
their
little
ball sack.
off-putting.
It's glazing.
It's like, dude,
Particularly like
like
Joe,
have some fucking self-respect.
yeah, no, like,
You know,
bro, like particularly
let them come to you if they are looking for a coach, and if one of you guys is considered, then he'll reach out. Until then, like
Fuck off.
Yeah, literally. I don't know. I just
like 4 weeks ago, Joe Stanek is saying sheesh, and he's not even 83 kg yet. Like, bro, get his fucking dick out of your
I
mouth.
feel like it's like that's the same thing. It's like the same
So
energy
bad.
as like cold DMing people.
It really is.
Like cold, you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Hey, bro, you're looking for a coach by
hey
by
man, you
any
looking
chance?
for a coach?
I can coach you.
Amazing job. You need a coach?
I've had an experience like that.
Hey, who's your coach, by the way?
I've had an experience like that.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
You know.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
I had
how
somebody
that's
poach
how
me.
Yuli reached out to you the first time.
No,
kidding.
that's how I reached out to him. I was like,
I've reached out to absolutely zero people for coaching. Absolutely zero people. Never
Same.
once.
I didn't even know this guy when I asked for coaching. I just went to his gym one time and I was like, oh, I heard he's a coach. Let me ask him for coaching.
So who tried to poach him from me? Well, you talking about Joe Stanek or somebody else, by the way?
No, I'm talking about the person that coached me for about a month before you.
Oh, yeah. Let's not even talk about
Yeah.
that. Not even.
I'm
worth
sure
bringing
people
up.
have tried to poach you since.
Not really.
No.
At least I haven't gotten the cues. I'm a little autistic, so maybe somebody might have tried to, but I don't pick up on the social
I think,
cues, you know.
I think the issue is that more people think that he's my son than anything else.
Yeah, pretty much. I've heard that a couple times.
I
More
can't
than a
poach
couple
him from his
times.
dad.
Yeah, can't take him from his own dad.
We're so related now that I'm balding too, you know. I'm starting to bald as well.
That's why I have the hood on right now.
Yep.
You don't want me to see the bald spot.
I'm sorry, you can't see it just yet.
Is it the creatine?
Oh my God! Have I told you
The
about
creatine.
Have I told you about the story when I went to the barber recently? I haven't told you, right?
No. What do you say?
Completely
Bald as
random.
shit? Shave your shit?
Basically, right? Okay, let me tell you what
Oh, man.
happened.
I haven't told him, right, Dad?
Let me see
No,
your
no,
head. Hold on a
right
second.
there.
Take off your hoodie. Let me see your shit.
I still have hair, bro. It's not
Oh,
like,
you bald as shit.
but it's like I'm thinning on the sides and shit, and then like my hair's getting thinner.
Mhm.
But anyway, so I go to the barber, right? And we're talking, and I was just like fucking around, like just like bullshitting about like how like I was like making jokes about how I'm balding and shit.
Mhm.
And I was like, yo, bro, I got like about 2 more years, bro. Like I got like 2 more years like left of haircuts. And this guy was like, he's a Dominican guy, right? Like so like he doesn't really give a shit. Like he'll say whatever he wants to say. So he goes like, no, papi, no, you have 3-4 years left, man. And he was being dead serious, bro. He was being dead serious, and I was
He's
like,
giving you like a diagnosis.
he was like, no, papi, no, you got at least 4 more years. I'm like, bro, don't say that, bro. I was joking about it. You don't have to be that
Hairline
serious.
is condemned.
Yeah, if the barber says it, it's over, bro.
That's it. Yo, the man did not hold back.
Man, he doesn't know. You're gonna have hair till
2 years
Oh,
now.
man, I got 3 to 4, 4 to 5.
Yeah, you got another 20 in you, I bet.
Yeah, it's not too late to use Rogan.
You got about 6 more cuts left in you, bro. That's it. But yeah.
But yeah, man. No, but just it's wild to see those kind of comments. I mean, like, do you not have better, like, better fucking, like, like things to do with your time? Than to fucking comment on people's like posts like that, which is such a naked, blatant fucking way of saying, in other words, I'm on your side of you. Come join my team. Basically, is what it is.
Yeah.
And you don't see him doing that kind of shit, or at least that kind of wordage when it comes down to other people who have like fucking, I want to say like legit coaches underneath them, coaches who are coaching them. Like you won't see that under fucking like Ashton Rauska's posts. You won't see that under fucking like other people.
I mean, they will comment, but like they're not gonna
It
comment
won't be like
this.
that. They won't be.
Yeah,
it won't be that kind of glazing.
That's disrespectful.
It is, and they see that like Bornstein's like a younger dude and whatnot. So let me go after him. So the issue
With
here,
a younger coach.
yes, with the younger coach. So the issue here isn't the fact that it's Joe Bornstein, what the case is. The issue is that this seems to be something rampant as far as I guess like like younger
Sounds
coaches.
like someone we can form an alliance with.
Should we someone would say a cartel?
Cartel.
But
A strength cartel.
a strength cartel that really exists. That's actually a thing. But I don't know. So just it's wild to see this happening, and I don't think enough people speak up on this kind of stuff. I think these coaches, these younger coaches, should be able to, like I said, to speak up and bring attention to these situations when they're taking place because it's downright predatory. If you have like fucking like tens of thousands or 100,000s of followers and whatnot, you're known for being one of those kind of coaches, and you're like fishing for these fucking other lifters.
I just hope that these younger coaches see these I guess older, already established coaches for kind of who they are, and we don't have like another generation of
Well, I think
I don't think
coaches
that's
just sucking at the teeth.
That's
That's
highly
highly unlikely. Joe Stanek went on a fucking podcast
It's highly
talking
unlikely.
and brought up fucking coach poaching and fucking did it his goddamn self.
And I'll tell you another thing.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you another thing though. Also, like I've had conversations with people with like younger lifters and like people who are just starting out, and like let's just say that like if a big coach like even like looks at the direction, they're just like they'll have like an orgasm. So I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. Like there's a lot of like especially the younger lifters like
No, I've seen that in Pennsylvania a lot.
they're
It's so
they're,
weird
they're looking for the
like,
clout.
how do you give celebrity status to just a normal dude?
Yeah.
Like, I already find celebrity culture in itself weird.
Oh,
Like, you
it's
could look at
horrible.
like someone like Adam Sandler and be
Well,
like
but
starstruck
your
by
product-
just another human
Yes,
being.
but your product is
It's like now you're gonna look at just like another average fucking random.
yeah.
dude. But your product is surroundings. If you immerse yourself in the powerlifting culture, that's all you know. Like you
Yeah,
open
but
up your phone 8
I've
hours
done.
a day.
We
But,
all
like,
have done
powerlifting
that.
is like so accessible.
But
Like,
it's-
you can see the best coaches
There's
anywhere.
different pockets
single
of the
thing, though.
I
culture,
know.
though. You know what I
But-
mean? It's
but-
not explicitly broccoli head
No,
fucking
I understand
idiots.
that, but also the difference with like actual like celebrities and like powerlifters, quote unquote celebrities, like that with celebrities,
but,
you
like,
cannot really
that's
see
like-
them. You cannot like
You don't
go
have access.
outside and see them. You cannot go and like watch a movie and be like, oh, here's like Adam Sandler like watching a movie, but like
Yeah, but you're like
with
you can run
powerlifters-
into Russ Orhey at
Yeah,
the
you
movie
go-
you
theater,
can.
you know?
no, you go to like any meeting, you're probably gonna see somebody like a well-known coach or powerlifter,
Yeah.
like any like decently like big meet, like a state meet or like a regional.
And even if
meet.
we wanted to keep it to sports celebrities, like you're
Yeah.
not going to see like Michael Jordan.
No.
no, you're not gonna see
you
LeBron
know,
James
or
like
you're not gonna
watching a
LeBron
game.
James
Yeah,
or
but you're not
like-
gonna have access to them like that. Whereas
Yeah.
in powerlifting, you have access to all these people from
Yeah.
top to
Yeah,
bottom.
Yeah.
Like fucking like
Yeah, you can't DM LeBron James. He's going to answer you.
yeah, like if you have a
You know what I
for
mean?
example, if you have a 2,000 follower account, you can actually start beef with Joe Sullivan who has 100,000 followers. Apparently. I don't know if you noticed this.
And you could just live rent free in his
it's like
head.
for years at a time. This is a thing.
Yeah.
So it bewilders me, but it goes back to the fact that younger lifters really don't know what the fuck they're doing. They have literally no idea in their lives, like in their heads, because they lack experience. This is the issue. So this is another reason why I think it's important for everybody is to put this stuff out there so people can be more informed. Like, you do not need to suck a coach's dick just because they have a follower. They have certain, like a roster. A large portion of these coaches out there have these rosters by luck, to be honest. So you look at some of these coaches got themselves established, and I hate to say it. I mean, not to put his shit down and whatnot, but also to talk about the fact that it's also coincidence, and your success is also begotten by luck. Denovi was nobody up until he picked up Noriega. Noriega was nobody
and the
until
thing
after
is
COVID,
like these guys were
honest.
around before powerlifting really exploded.
Yes.
Like in 2016, 2017, like Joey Flex was, at USAPL Nationals coaching people. Like, they've been around, so they've been able to acquire a lot of these bigger lifters, a larger roster over time. Like,
no, but I know, and I see it myself. Like, even myself, having been around long enough and being like at the national level and whatnot, has turned on people to me because I practice what I preach, and that that's where it comes down to what it comes down to ultimately. I think in my instance, but you have to maintain the humility. These other individuals, it's not part of it at all. Here they are, fucking with tens of thousands of followers, a roster full to the fucking brim, and fucking people's comments over here glazing away in the aspirations they can get them as well.
Yeah, I guess the point I was trying to make, like, if Joey Flex came onto the scene as a brand new coach today, right? Like, he's not going to be able to build.
Yodik, we're talking, buddy, please.
So if Joey Flex were to come on the scene today as a brand new coach, he's not going to be able to build the same roster that he's been able to build himself over the past.
If Joey Flex got on the scene today, he would flop immediately. Fucking a top set single, a 3x8 back down.
So he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have the roster that he has. Is like, obviously, he can write a decent program. He knows what he's doing, I guess, to a point. If you could take someone like Jesus Oliveira and continually get him stronger, like, you have to have some idea what you're doing.
I don't know.
You do. I'm sorry, you do. As much as I dislike these people, you have to give them some
I don't
credit.
know. So,
but my point is,
Mark, if you saw the program,
also no,
you're the one who says that the program doesn't matter all the time.
Well, I'm saying, but in other words, but he's not doing anything as far as that's concerned to get him to that point.
It's nothing special.
He just
has meet day handling. You see what happened in Sheffield.
What?
Did you not see the Sheffield? What took place with Jesus Olivares?
Oh yeah,
the attempt selections, that kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't want to give him that much credit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
and not to take away from him as a coach and the rapport that he has with him, because clearly something's working there. But it's not the fucking mystical shit that people make it out.
No,
to be,
it's
right?
absolutely not. And that's just the point I'm trying to make. Like, if he just came onto the scene today, like, he wouldn't be able to do the same things he's done in powerlifting. Because it's different now.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's all about timing as well.
That's what I mean. That's like that plays into my point.
But also,
as well.
like, for the thing that you said about Jesus and stuff, like, the thing with Joey Flex is, like, most of his athletes are basically like the best powerlifters around. So again, they have the talent to become really strong no matter what.
Of course.
So again, he's I don't know.
You take someone like Michael Jordan, for example. Any teammate who would have been on, he would have been a fantastic player. You look at like LeBron James. How many teams he's gone through, and he's been fantastic the entire fucking time. When you have raw talent, you have raw talent.
Maybe it's getting late, and I'm not making my point.
Yes, we have EP Mark on board right now. Angry Mark always shows up from the hours of 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So, he's like about 20 minminutes past his bedtime right now.
He is.
Articulate and logical Mark too.
Yeah. This is usually when I kind of thrive, but that kind of stuff. So I don't know. That's what I see myself. And not to take away from like the actual, I guess, like the team itself, which is impressive. Flex team is impressive for what it is, but like it's when it comes to these organizations, when it comes to these teams, whatnot, they owe where they're at right now to the people who they had in the past who are onboarded. It's like it's a cloud off of them, as opposed to being anything right now which is unique in and of itself. Apart from that stuff, apart from the fucking star status and shit like that, and these younger lifters can't see that. All they see is, oh my God, Jesus Olivares, oh my God, Austin Perkins, and so on and so forth. And they're willing to turn a blind eye to the shit that some of these coaches do.
I agree.
Like Joe Stanek is a fucking bona fide, dyed-in-the-wool fucking fraud, a schemer, a scammer, you name it.
I
and
know.
these motherfuckers still glaze his shit.
I
And it's
know.
bewildering. And these same people will still talk shit about him. And then, like, if he offered the coaching, they would sign themselves up on knowing full well they'll be neglected by him.
I know.
Just to be associated with the fucking brand.
It makes no sense.
This is less so, but the issue, like, I love seeing the double standard here because they'll do that and they'll talk shit about other people, like the moral issues, integrity, and that kind of stuff. In the meantime, this is what they're actually doing. It's beautiful. I fucking love to see this shit, Mark.
Do you?
Bro,
Because I don't
really
love
do.
to see it.
I really
I
do.
hate to see it. To be
No, like
perfectly
I did it
honest.
at one point in time, but now it amuses me to see this shit because I'm like, all right, this is what you're talking about, but I actually see how you behave over here. You know, it allows you to like also like sort who you.
Yeah,
who
those
you have
two
access to.
things are not stacking up for
No.
most of these people.
Mental gymnastics are absolutely ridiculous there. So I enjoy putting the shit out there and like letting people know exactly what the real deal is with it. It's up to them, you know, as the consumer of the information, what they decide to do with it. But it also allows me the ability to say, okay, this person, I'm gonna keep it at a distance.
Yeah.
Because I see what the thought process is. And even if they decide to side with me, it's not because of who I am, because of who they think I am, or what they think they can get from me. You know, so this is something I think that these younger listeners aren't considering, in which as us more experienced individuals can kind of see, you know, see into a little bit more. But I don't know.
Yeah. I think that we've talked enough today.
I think it's really,
What do you think?
I think like we could keep on talking, but
What do you want to talk
I
about?
think it's a good point to actually end it right here.
Yeah.
It's a good note to end on.
Because I don't think we should keep going about this because then it's gonna be an overkill.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
that's just enough.
Yeah, just
Agree.
beating the dead horse over and over and over
Well,
again.
there are other topics we could talk about, including somebody who outed himself as a power grifter. Today's
But
post-
we've talked about him
Oh,
a lot
man.
as well.
We
At
have,
length.
We have at length.
Ad nauseum.
At length. I think there may be a time we speak about him again, but now is not the time. So, with that said, I'm gonna take one.
I'm drinking a chalky milk.
Yeah, he's drinking a chocolate milk that your Yuli's son brought over to us.
My son
He was
just
so
brought
he was
this
so
guy.
quiet for once.
I know.
I was so surprised. He went to the fridge, got the milks, he gave them to us. He didn't say a word.
He's such a great host.
Usually he'll just like start like screaming, say like, but yeah, I was surprised that when he
Me
didn't make a
too.
single
Me
noise.
too.
I'm like, oh,
He's growing
look
up,
at
man. I love him.
Love it.
Fucking great
Yeah.
kid.
that. Yeah, I think that was it for today, right?
I think so.
All right,
So-
This is good chalky milk.
Yeah, it is
really good.
It is.